Listening is a big key in communication. Have you ever had a conversation with someone and they had no idea what you were talking about because they weren't listening to you the way they should have been? I've had many conversations where either I failed to listen to the other person like I should have, or they weren't listening to me like I wanted them to. Today, I would like to tell you about listening and how important it is with communication. As we go along, we will discuss when the right time is to talk less and listen more, how relationships can be damaged when you aren't focused on your listening skills, and how evaluating listening is a crucial part of communication and how it will result in better interactions with the world we live in. The first thing we will discuss is how people need to talk less and listen more. In the world we live in, we are taught to think that the person who can get the most words in is the person with the most power and influence. Our presidential candidates, for example, can't go 5 seconds without making sure that they are heard over the other one. Author Mike Myatt says, "While some may be impressed with how well you speak, the right people will be impressed with how well you listen." Unlike the presidential debates and the other countless examples where we act like listening isn't important, my own experiences, and I'm sure your own experiences, tell me that when listening is given priority, communication becomes much easier. The next thing we will talk about is how not being focused on your listening skills can damage relationships. Not listening creates conflict. When someone is telling you something and you later have no idea what they've said, they can become angry with you and not listening to them the way you should have. Not listening shows people disrespect and makes them feel unimportant. According to the author Chao Der-Shin, writer from eZine Articles, says, "People tend to perceive themselves and their thoughts as more important than the others. Thus, most of the time, people want others to listen to what they say." Not listening to people makes your relationship with them suffer. It is essential to have a good relationship with the people you work with in order to gain respect for one another. Lastly, evaluating listening as a crucial part of communication will result in better interactions with the world you live in. Listening can help reduce friction in your relationships with those around you. You have to focus on what people are saying when they're talking instead of what's going on around you. Listening also shows you care. Listening illustrates your caring attitude as a boss in the company. Employees respond positively to an open door policy in which they know you will listen intently and do your best to resolve issues. That was said by Lisa Mooney in her article, "How Listening Can Improve Workplace Performance." Listening allows you to learn from mistakes. If you listen to the things being said around you, then you can use the information to help you get better and avoid making more mistakes. We went over how to listen more instead of always talking, how important listening is when communicating, and how also listening can become an active part and involves focus. Clearly, listening is a very important tool when successfully communicating with others in our day-to-day lives. When you put focus on what others are saying to you, all of a sudden the casual relationships you have start to go beyond surface level. You and those around you start actually hearing what each other is saying, and respect is gained just by taking the time to listen. Even though the most abundant thing around us is to make sure that you are heard, how different could our world be if everyone became effective listeners? Thank you.